Hey guys, back again on the piece of Chevy. The 2011 Chevy Cruze LT 1.4 turbo. Today's adventure is the turbo oil feed line, which is right there, that guy. And you can see down in there, the fitting is leaking, which is, from what I understand, 99% of the time that's where they're going to leak from, because when you follow that line over to here, there's the other end of the line. Looks to be nice and dry, but it's another common oil leak on a Chevy Cruze, is this oil feed line, turbo oil feed line. And I got my new one, which looks like that, and as you can tell, it's got a nice heat shield on it, which the original does not. And I went to my local parts store and ordered this. They had it in stock, and there's the number, 625-829 Dorman, and it's labeled oil feed line. And the first thing that I did was take the heat shield off, which was right there sitting in place. And I tried to do a video earlier, but apparently it didn't work correctly. So that's where the heat shield was, and there's 3 bolts that hold it. There's one here, and there's one down here. They're all 10 millimeter, and just be careful with them, because everything is aluminum. And of course, if you work on cars, you know about aluminum. You don't want to over torque it and start ripping and tearing in there, because you will ruin them real quick. The next move I need to make is get a rag, which I have with me, and we're gonna, sorry guys, trying to do this with 2 hands, or with 1 hand is not fun. We just want to wipe away some of that excess oil that's been leaking to expose the bolt, which is there. As you can probably see now, that guy right there, that is a E10 external Torx. So you need to make sure you have that. And while I have it fresh in my mind, when you move over to take the other end off, this guy right here is a T45. That's a Torx 45. So I didn't have that, so I had to run down to the parts store. Cost me about $5. They're easy to find though. They're in stock all the time. So moving back to this, get that guy. I need to remove that bolt, and then we'll pull that fitting straight out. And give me a minute. Hopefully this phone won't reset, and we'll go from there. Okay, I got that bolt started. And we'll work this guy out of here. Anyone that owns a Chevy Cruze, you know, you either pay thousands of dollars in repairs to a dealership, or you learn to work on it yourself. Okay. Whoa, sorry about that. Extreme close-up. Wayne's World, Wayne's World. There's the bolt. And once again, that's an E10. I'll set that to the side. Take a look down here. Now we've got that removed. And I'm going to try and do this with one hand. Oh, it came out quite easy, actually. You can see the play in it, which tells me that the damn rubber seals were shot, and that's why we were leaking. So that was easy enough. Now we're going to move over to that guy right there. Give me a second, I'll be right back. Okay, I got my T45 on here now. Let's get that one in there. Yeah, this is really hard to do when you've only got one hand you're working with. Yep. Give me a second, guys. I need to put a little oomph in that. I don't know if you could hear that. I know you couldn't see it. But if you heard that pop, I had to put way too much effort in that to get that off there. It should have never been tightened that bad. And if I can get it back in there now, there we go. It's coming up easy enough, but it was way too tight. There we go. And it's out. So when you get that out of there, you just loop it around the back there. Now, if you notice, let me get these two parts as I leak oil on the package. Take a look at those, guys. The comparison. Those are fairly straightforward, but this worries me right there, because that's a different fitting. So now I don't know what I'm going to do there. Oh boy. I'll have to figure out what that is and let you all know. And this guy right here, that's a, notice the shield around that they applied. Dorman put the new shield around it, and there's a double seal there right there. They put an extra rubber gasket on it as compared to this guy, which I don't even see now. I think it's right there. But anyways, it's worn out because it was leaking. I had a pool of oil down there. So what we need to do, oh, and that heat shield that I was telling you about right there, that new heat shield, because the heat just destroys that oil line, that feed line. If you can tell, it's bad. So salt, grime, because I live in the Northeast, so we get all those great weather conditions, and they salt the roads like crazy. So it takes its toll, no doubt about it. Now I'm going to go clean the fitting areas. That looks pretty good. We don't need to do too much with that, and we just need to clean that up a little better so that when we start the car, after we've got it all secured, we can tell if we have any oil leaks. And for some reason, when I pause this video for more than like a minute, it resets. So what I'm probably going to do is just make another video showing you how to secure it. But anyways, that's where we are so far. And like I said, it's not too hard of a job. It's just that if Chevy would have taken the time to make a little better parts, you wouldn't have to be out here doing this kind of stuff on a monthly, bi-monthly basis. Pretty much with my car anyways. And I've heard other people bitching and moaning about theirs. So anyways, enough bashing of Chevy. I'll be back. Thanks. Okay guys, I'm back. Sorry about that. There you can see everything's clean. Brand new part is in. Follow it around. And this guy, I found out I did have the tool for it, and comes from the wonderful makers of Stanley, and it's not going to focus for me, sorry. It's the Stanley hex bit socket set, and I have a 3/8 drive set, and this is a 10mm hex bit. So I had a T45 that came the original part of the car, and Dorman went with a 10mm hex bit. So just be aware of that if you're purchasing everything that I did. And all we need to do now, I've got those secured. Do not over tighten them. Just a snug fit is all you need. And last thing I need to do now is to put this heat shield back on with those 3 10mm bolts, and then we'll fire it up and see what happens. Alright, I hope this helped. Let me know. I know there's a lot I could do better, so you guys can let me know that, but leave your comments, like, share, and subscribe. Appreciate it.